Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Liam to scramble over his new treatment option. In the morning, Liam was told that there was no treatment and the excrescence was inoperable. Finn did say they weren't giving up. The good croaker said they couldn't get relief of the excrescence, but they could find ways to extend the case's life. Still, effects changed during the week. Once Liam met with Grace mentioned a treatment option, but it could oppressively impact his quality of life. Liam doesn't want to spend the rest of his life in a sanitarium bed. At the same time, Steffi is obliging Liam to go ahead and do it. So, Liam will have some opinions to make. Daphne will be figuring out a way to get relief of Hope. Over with Daphne, she'll be furious over being rejected by Carter. Now Daphne has learned that Hope was ate back to Forrester Creations. As everyone gushed over Hope's return, Daphne glared and offered negative commentary. Daphne seems to be getting hung up. I'm not sure if the preoccupation is with Carter or if it's really about Hope. In either case, Daphne will be looking for vengeance. Now that Hope has conformed with Carter, Hope might concentrate on her fashion line. Still, since Daphne is sticking around too, could there be some fashion wars? It'll be intriguing if Daphne goes too far. The nose might be Steffi's friend, but there's also a big secret to keep. So, Steffi might tell Daphne to knock it off, but that could negatively impact their fellowship. There's also Katie who gives some solid wisdom to Ridge. Ridge formerly chose Taylor, but could Katie encourage him to give Brooke another chance? There's also Luna, who's determined to have a relationship with her bio-pater. Finn. Meanwhile, how long until Deacon learns of Sheila deception? Secret ultimately. Steffi and Liam spending a lot of time together no way works out well for their significant others. Steffi has formerly cheated on Finn with Liam times agone. Did Finn not learn anything from that experience? Liam living with Finn and Steffi is going to go. Liam may be dying but he isn't fully incapacitated. While Finn is at work, especially at night, Liam and Steffi will be alone to bandy their time together as a couple. Through this addresses of what might have been, old passions are bound to arise. Finn has no idea that Liam and Steffi have kissed since they got married. When the Forrester fashion show was held in Rome, Liam and Steffi kissed. Liam has spent times waffling between Steffi and Hope. Steffi loves Liam and fluently slips into his arms every time he hits on her. Suckers anticipate it'll be again. While Finn is at work saving lives, his world could be falling piecemeal. Steffi and Liam are formerly near, but those passions of love and nostalgia are bound to resurface as they spend further time together. Finn is doing everything he can do to come up with a way to extend Liam's life. Finn isn't indeed allowing about Liam and Steffi's connection. Finn is working endless hours and coming home and seeing to Liam as well. What if Finn was to walk in from work and find Steffi and Liam together? Finn has abandoned his whole family for Steffi. How could she betray him like this? What will Finn do if commodity like this were to do? Can Finn and Steffi survive this treason? Still, it wouldn't affect just Steffi's family, if Steffi and Liam were to hook up. The Forresters would all be affected by this. Presently, Bill has no idea that his son is sick. Will he suddenly find this out when he learns that Liam and Steffi cheated on Finn? How will Hope take this treason after she and Steffi just declared an armistice? Could Finn turn around and repay Steffi by sleeping with another woman himself? Bridget is veritably worried about Liam's condition as well. Could Finn entrust in her and those two end up in bed together as well? What happens if a cure is set up? Where will Steffi be if Liam survives this excrescence? Liam and his veritably aggressive brain excrescence. By now you'd suppose that Liam would have tried some kind of treatment in order to make the excrescence lower or at least stop it from growing and spreading, but that simply hasn't happened. What gives? Why isn't Liam trying to get radiation or at least chemotherapy so that at least he can fight this cancer and live longer? Grace Buckingham is going to offer Liam a parlous treatment and cure, but whether or not it's actually going to work, remains to be seen. I suppose Liam will be cured. And sorry folks, but he belongs with Steffi, it's so egregious. Luna will and go down and Finn will be seeing her and Steffi will leave Finn. He'll live but will affect his memory and he'll believe he's still married to Hope, he'll lose the rest of his memory. Hope will go on with it because she does love him and will be so glad he's alive. And also there was this comment as well, this treatment will save his life but it may alter his personality. In other words, he's going to be an indeed bigger burden to everyone and he'll demand 24/7 devotion and fidelity. Tell him to just give up formally. Brooke and Taylor clash over Ridge and the happenings at the fashion show. Katie is there to give Ridge some advice about love. Brooke and Eric cooked a plan to put Brooke in a looker at the last fashion show for Forrester Creations that was like her Portofino marriage gown. There was chaos and drama behind the scenes, but in the end, Brooke stood by Ridge in the looker, and Ridge took notice. It was all a resounding success despite Taylor trying to keep Brooke from walking down the runway. Ridge wasn't too thrilled with Eric, tried to tell him his future was with Brooke, but Eric wasn't dissuaded. Of course, Ridge reminded his pater that he was committed to Taylor. Brooke clearly didn't want to give up on Ridge, however. Hope indeed told her mama that if Ridge was who she truly wanted, she'd support her. Hope participating a secret with Carter, Daphne Rose feeling the heat, and Grace giving Liam a single option to extend his life. At the sanitarium, Liam was devastated to learn that all stopgap was principally gone. Grace didn't call them to the office to talk cures, she wanted to bandy extending the time he has left. Liam, Finn, and Steffi sat and heated as she explained there was a way to retardation the timeline, still, the redundant days, weeks, months come at a cost. It's a choice between quality of life and volume of life. Radiation and chemo were on the table but the treatment protocol could the timepiece retardation and the side goods are parlous. Steffi was all for moving forward and keeping Liam around as long as possible. Still, Liam wasn't so sure. He saw what his mama went however when sickness took her life. She wasn't the woman, she was near the end and Liam didn't want that for himself or the children. Carter was put off by Hope's asseveration he's the only man for her considering what he eavesdropped. Hope tried to explain and tell him that's not what it's at all but Carter wasn't about to take her word for it. Hope had no choice but to tell Carter everything. Yes, she said all those effects but only because Liam is dying. Carter looked gobsmacked. He pulled Hope into his arms as gashes filled her eyes. Carter understood Hope's moment of waffling and forgave her. They decided also and there to put the history behind them and bank on their own love. Carter pledged to be the man Hope demanded right now and the man she'd need ever. Brooke took Steffi and Hope's newfound peace as a green light to try and win back Ridge. If their daughters could get along, why can't they put effects back how they belong too? Ridge let her talk without saying important and looked rather relieved when Katie walked in the room and intruded the chat. Katie joined in putting the pressure on Ridge and continued that pressure indeed after Brooke left. Her family is the dressmaker's fortune and she prompted him to make effects right. Ridge took the lecture in stride and smiled as Katie made her studies known. All the while, Brooke was in the staging room ignoring about the fashion show and the world's response to seeing them together on stage. Across the hall, Electra had a big idea for Daphne but her offer of creating spices to go with jewels didn't land well. Creating a rock incense line was the least of her worries after learning Hope was back in the office, and that it was her friend's doing. Steffi rehired Hope? Daphne Rose was gagged over the whole thing. It was clear she felt betrayed by her friend. Steffi brought her then to get relief of the woman and now she's inviting her back into the inner circle? Latterly, alone with Zend, she vented about the whole fire.